have two questions. One of them is on the day of closing, I have a decorative concrete business, and we were trying to work it where there were no jobs in progress. And so my seller's leaving getting the buyer quite a few jobs, that are ready to start. So he had one that may not get finished by the day of closing. So I said, just go ahead and finish it. Let the revenues and the expenses be yours until 5 p.m. Is that
on the
legal?
day of closing?
Yes.
So on the day of closing, I mean, the contracts that I use on the day of closing, it says closing is considered at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day. And I always check the end of the day because it's like 11:59 p.m. So that way, if closing is today, August 14th, everybody knows that buyer change of possession, the buyer, the business belongs to the buyer tomorrow, or
Okay.
at midnight tonight, basically. So, yeah, I usually do end of the day, but it really depends on how your contracts are written and whether or not you have specified. The other thing too is that in a situation like that, you can always do an amendment that just says that even if it takes another 2 weeks for that particular job to be finished, that job belongs to the seller and that the revenue from that job belongs to the seller. And that way there's no pressure to try and do, to do a half-assed job to try and complete it. I mean, that job belongs to them. So whether it takes 2 weeks or 2 months, that job and the revenue from that job still belongs to that seller, period.
And then the payroll expenses for that would be to the seller too, because
yes, all expenses related to it. Okay.